Do you want an hour of curious facts? Subscribe to Zarpado because we are starting right now. In 1992 in Barcelona, Lithuania shined not only for its game, but also for its uniforms sponsored by the band Grateful Dead. Psychedelic and full of vibe, they were pure rock on the court. Music and sports merged like never before. In 2002, the team Lemire made history, but not by winning. They lost 149-0 by scoring every goal in their own net as a form of protest. It was so unusual that even Guinness World Records took note. The match looked like a comedy, but the message was very serious. When the scoreboard protests louder than banners, in Barbra Streisand's basement, you do not just find shelves, but a private mini shopping mall. Each collection of rare objects is organized like a luxury store, showing her love for curation. It is her secret sanctuary where chaos and order meet in a fascinating way. Friends and fans of the diva are left speechless when they discover this hidden world. The jellyfish Chirodectes maculatus is a true ocean gem. It was filmed on video for the first time near the Great Barrier Reef and looks like a floating basketball in the water. Its rare appearance made history in the marine world because it remains a mystery. With its peculiar look and strange movements, this jellyfish became one of the most fascinating creatures of the deep. In Budapest, Hungary, Europe's first movie theater with beds opened its doors, and movies have never been so comfortable. Located inside a shopping mall renovated after 10 years closed, this cinema offers bed-shaped seating with pillows to enjoy films in total relaxation. Forget uncomfortable seats, here the movie experience feels like a cinematic nap. In Yakutsk, the coldest city in the world, Oksana and Alexander are raising 22 children, 18 of them adopted, and they do it with a smile. With temperatures dropping to minus 85 degrees Fahrenheit, their home is a refuge of human warmth in the middle of ice. Despite brutal winters, they have created a united and resilient family, the largest in the city. In 2023, the mountains of Utah turned pink and red, and it was not because of magic paint. This phenomenon known as watermelon snow happens when Chlamydomonas nivalis algae multiply in cold snow, giving it vibrant colors like purple, orange, and pink. The secret lies in a red pigment called astaxanthin that protects the algae from the sun. Imagine walking through snowy landscapes that look like natural works of art. In Talca, Chile, nature decided to break the rules with an inverted waterfall. Here, instead of falling, the water rises thanks to powerful winds and currents from the Mall River. This phenomenon creates such an amazing illusion that it makes you doubt what you are seeing. It is as if gravity decided to take a break. Hercules, Amazon's robot, is an impressive machine that can lift more than 1,235 pounds with ease. Its main task is moving shelves in logistics centers, making the entire workflow much faster. With its incredible strength and design, it optimizes operations and speeds up order preparation. This robot is revolutionizing logistics. Underwater rugby? Yes, it exists. Underwater rugby is played in deep pools with a ball that sinks thanks to salt water inside it. Players equipped with fins, goggles, and snorkels fight to score in baskets placed on the bottom. It is like a tactical battle in slow motion without losing intensity. A sport as strange as it is exciting. The sand spider is like a desert ninja. It buries itself in seconds and disappears without a trace. The stealth specialist hides under the sand, patiently waiting for unsuspecting prey to pass by. Even predators fail to detect it in its perfect hiding spot. A true camouflage master worthy of a spy movie. A coffee that rains sugar? Yes, it exists, and it is served at Mellower Coffee, a Chinese chain that adds magic to every cup. Their signature drink, Sweet Little Rain, combines an Americano with a cloud of cotton candy that melts with the hot steam. It is like watching sweetness rain onto your coffee. This cafe not only serves coffee, female northern cardinals have a surprising trick to care for their eggs. They pluck feathers from their bellies. This incubation patch exposes the skin so heat reaches the eggs directly. It is like wrapping them with their own bodies to ensure each chick gets the perfect temperature. In Piedmont, among vineyards and dreamlike hills, grows a rarity that looks like it came from a fairy tale. A tree growing on top of another tree. The famous double tree of Casorzo shows a cherry tree living on top of a mulberry tree as if riding on its shoulders. No one knows exactly how it happened, but there they are, fused in a strange botanical harmony. In Honolulu, Hawaii lives Hokule, a surfing cat who has conquered the waves. Rescued from a shelter, this feline discovered a love for water and became a local star. He rides waves with his human family on a surfboard, proving that dogs are not the only ones who enjoy the sea. His swimming skills and relaxed attitude made him famous online. A cat so unique that he dares to surf with the wind under his paws. In the charming canals of Venice, a boat shaped like a violin glides through the water, creating a magical and unique atmosphere. This floating piece is almost 40 feet long and is known as the Violin of Noah. It was designed by sculptor Livio de Marchi. During its debut, it was escorted by gondolas and motorboats while a string quartet performed a serenade on board. David Scott, better known as the Kiffness, is a talented content creator from South Africa who has taken over social media by combining catchy music with humor and viral videos. Since his beginnings in 2011 with live performances, he has achieved a unique mix of musical genres and comedy that made him popular worldwide. In Mathura, Uttar Pradesh, India, you can find the first hospital for elephants built by the organization Wildlife SOS. This innovative hospital is designed to treat elephants rescued from abuse and exploitation. It includes a pathology lab, digital radiology, and even laser therapy. It also features a medical lift and open spaces where elephants can walk freely, ensuring their physical and emotional well-being. In 2017, Juan Pedro Franco, a Mexican man aged 33, was recognized worldwide as the most obese person on the planet, weighing an astonishing 1,311 pounds. His extreme obesity resulted from a combination of poor diet and thyroid issues. Throughout his fight to improve his health, his story captured global attention and highlighted the enormous challenges he faced. Daisuke Samejima, a talented Japanese artist, has created a unique style by painting everyday scenes on spheres called flatball. His acrylic technique turns these curved surfaces into vibrant canvases where every detail seems to come alive. What makes his work fascinating is how the spherical shape adds a visual dimension that makes scenes feel even more realistic. Just like humans, chimpanzees can burst into laughter, especially when they are tickled. This playful behavior highlights the surprising similarities between our species and these primates, showing that laughter is a shared trait. Umeno Sumiyama and Kumkodama, born on November 5, 1913 on Shoto Island, Japan, hold the title of the world's oldest twins. Since their 70s, they joked about breaking the Guinness record, and at 107 years and 300 days, they achieved it. Despite living apart and facing bullying because of their resemblance, reuniting in their 70s allowed them to enjoy this achievement together. Imagine camping in a tent inspired by the famous Star Wars space station. Designed by Monster Factory, this futuristic tent fits 3 people and sets up in under 2 minutes. In addition to being waterproof, it features an air circulation system and a special layer that protects you from mosquitoes. The Obispado Towers, located in Monterrey, Mexico, are the tallest skyscrapers in Latin America, reaching about 1,000 feet in height. They also rank number 26 among the tallest buildings in the world. These impressive structures stand out not only for their height, but also for their versatility, housing a luxury hotel, offices, apartments, and recreational areas. The Mini Dog Treat Maker is an innovative device created by the brand Dash, designed specifically to make homemade dog treats. Its appearance resembles a waffle maker with 2 non-stick plates that cook bone-shaped snacks. It also comes with a recipe book full of ideas for healthy and natural treats for your pet. The YouTuber Drones created a unique drone using Coca-Cola cans, combining three-dimensional printed parts with cameras and motors. On his channel, he shows the entire construction process of this peculiar flying device, which despite its funny look can actually fly. This drone surprises not only for its appearance, but also for its ability to stay airborne for several minutes. A group of creators led by Hacksmith decided to take the myth of Thor to the extreme by building an impossible-to-lift hammer. They took a realistic replica and filled it with melted lead, reaching more than 110 pounds. They called it Mjolnir, but without spells, just brute force. Lifting it is almost as hard as being worthy of the god of thunder. A mesmerizing marble track broke a world record when a marble traveled 6,290 feet. The event took place in Elg, a small town in Switzerland, and was certified by Guinness World Records. The marble wound through houses, hills, and homemade structures for over a mile. A true spectacle of precision, patience, and gravity. In New Zealand, there is a farm where cows graze among giant sculptures. It is Gibbs Farm, an open-air art gallery created by businessman Alan Gibbs. 22 renowned artists left their mark on this surreal landscape. It is like a museum, but with sheep and ocean views. The hog-nosed snake does not bite. It pretends to die like a soap opera actress. When it feels threatened, it flips onto its back and plays dead with its tongue hanging out. Its upturned snout gives it a cute yet strange look. It lives in the Americas and Madagascar, and although it is a drama queen, its trick works. Antelope jackrabbits do not give up against cacti. They remove the spines to eat them. In the desert where water is scarce, they perfected this extreme survival trick. This way they get both food and hydration. Small, brave, and very clever. In Delhi, there is a bar where instead of drinks, they serve pure oxygen. It is called OxyPure and offers an aromatic experience with nasal tubes and essences like mint, lemon, or lavender. In just 15 minutes, you can feel refreshed as if you took a breath straight from the Himalayas. Founded by Arshavir and Margarita, this bar became a curious and healthy alternative to alcohol. Cheers with air. On the German island of Nordstrandismoor, residents do not use cars but individual trains. A railway about 2.2 miles long connects the island to the coast, and each resident has their own wagon. Although it started as transport for materials, it adapted for personal use. Wagons vary between open and closed, but sometimes the wind becomes an obstacle. That is how 18 people on an island move like true train drivers. In a corner of Sydney, 20 tiny acrobats surprised the world when they were born at Taronga Zoo. They are pygmy possums, marsupials no longer than 3.5 inches, that glide between branches like expert flyers. With feathered tails and skin that works like wings, they dominate the forest air. They live among leaves and heights, barely touching the ground. In the middle of the Saudi desert, a mirrored cube seems to vanish among the dunes. It is the Mariah Concert Hall. With almost 175,000 square feet of glass, it reflects the landscape like a modern mirage. It was built in just 3 months and hosts everything from concerts to luxury dinners. Deep in the Tadoba Safari, an Indian student named Oban Abhishek experienced a movie-like encounter with a rare black leopard for 40 minutes. This feline, dark as night, owes its rarity to a mutation rich in melanin. From Colombia, Oscar Mendez transforms discarded plastic into pieces that build futures. His interlocking blocks made from recycled waste become earthquake-resistant homes and classrooms. Each structure is a puzzle that also brings communities together. In Finland, facing the cold is an art called avanto. The tradition involves cutting a hole in frozen lake ice and plunging into the icy water, then seeking refuge in the heat of a sauna. This temperature shock revitalizes both body and mind, offering unmatched well-being. It has become a popular ritual known for renewing energy. Artist Jason DeCaires Taylor creates stunning underwater sculptures that serve as artificial reefs. His latest work, Ocean Atlas, is a sculpture weighing about 132,000 pounds that rises from the seafloor toward the surface. This impressive installation, located off the coast of the Bahamas, merges art and nature. In the Democratic Republic of the Congo lies the largest and oldest lava lake in the world, an incredible river of molten rock that fascinates scientists from across the planet. Located inside the Nyiragongo volcano, one of the most active and dangerous in Africa, this natural phenomenon is a true volcanic laboratory. The intensity and constant activity of the volcano turn it into an unpredictable and mesmerizing spectacle. The Cruffin is a delicious revolution that has taken over social media. It is a perfect mix between a croissant and a muffin. Imagine a crispy outer layer with a soft, fluffy interior that melts in your mouth. Its unique flavor has made it the new favorite of sweet lovers. This pastry gem can be found in bakeries around the world, showing what culinary creativity can achieve. Did you know that rapper Kanye West bought a real matte black armored tank just to drive around his ranch? The artist prefers this military transport system over any luxury car, using this metal relic to protect his privacy in real life. It might be the heaviest and wildest vehicle ever used for a simple grocery run in a biography full of excess. Discover Mariah Carey and her eccentric habit of sleeping with 20 real humidifiers surrounding her bed. She says she needs to live inside a cloud of steam to keep her vocal cords like a perfect relic, creating a jungle-like climate inside her bedroom. It is the secret behind her whistle voice, maintained by a constant humidity system that would cost a fortune for anyone else. Do you know Lost Sock Day, a real date dedicated to mourning that piece of clothing the washing machine swallowed without a trace? It is a moment to reflect on the mystery of the household system that separates fabric couples, turning an empty drawer into a relic of loneliness. It is the funniest form of mourning in real life for clothing that decided to run away. Did you know that boxer Floyd Mayweather only uses real underwear once and then throws it away? The athlete spends thousands of dollars a year on this hygiene relic, rejecting any washing system to wear brand new underwear every morning in real life. It is one of the strangest levels of wealth where fresh cotton is the only daily rule. Have you heard of Talk Like a Pirate Day, when the real world replaces hello with a loud air war? It is a real celebration meant for fun with eye patches and treasure maps, turning a boring afternoon into a nautical adventure relic. It is the official day to search for buried gold in your backyard and act like a true sea wolf. Discover Michael Phelps and his real physical advantage of having a very long torso and short legs that work like paddles. This body shape is a natural relic that lets him glide through real water with a propulsion system no one else can match. He looks like a swimmer designed by an engineer to break every stopwatch on the planet. Did you know that singer Adele has a real used piece of gum from Celine Dion framed like a priceless jewel? She got this relic from a mutual friend and now keeps it in her real home as a system of divine inspiration for her own songs. It is the stickiest and most amusing souvenir a star has ever collected. Discover why actor Tom Hanks owns a real collection of more than 250 antique typewriters from all over the world. He loves the sound of metal hitting paper and uses this relic from the past to send real letters to friends instead of emails. It is a classic writing system that keeps the magic of ink alive in the real world. Did you know that baseball star Shohei Ohtani travels with a real custom pillow that has its own suitcase so his sleep system is never disturbed? The athlete treats his rest like a golden relic, making sure his neck stays in perfect position to hit real home runs. He is a baseball giant who cannot live without his favorite sleep accessory. Discover Bill Murray and his real eccentricity of not having an agent, but instead a secret 1-800 phone number where people leave messages. If he likes the idea, he calls back. If not, your proposal remains a voice relic inside an endless mailbox. It is the most mysterious and entertaining hiring system in all of Hollywood. Discover Bicycle Day, which actually celebrates the first real LSD trip taken by scientist Albert Hofmann. While riding his bike home, his mental system experienced a relic of colors and visions that changed the real world of science forever. It is the most psychedelic and famous bike ride ever recorded. This is Johnny Depp and his real collection of animal skeletons and stuffed pigeons decorating his home. The artist finds beauty in these relics of death, surrounding himself with a dark decorative system that reflects his Gothic-filled career in the real world. It might be the strangest private museum you could ever visit inside a celebrity mansion. Did you know that swimmer Ian Thorpe has real-size 17 feet that work like natural fins every time he enters the pool? This physical propulsion system is an anatomical relic that makes him unstoppable in real water, leaving rivals far behind. He is the athlete who was born wearing his own diving gear. Did you know that actor Nicolas Cage once bought a real octopus for $150,000 because he believed it would help his acting system? He claimed that watching its underwater movements was an inspirational relic for his gestures, creating a unique marine atmosphere in his real home. It is spending a fortune on an 8-armed teacher to become a better actor. Did you know that baseball pitcher Zach Greinke once stopped a real game to tell the opposing batter exactly which pitch he was about to throw? This system of brutal honesty shocked everyone, turning the at-bat into a relic of pure psychological duel in front of thousands of real people. He is the pitcher who trusts his arm so much he gives the enemy an advantage, just to see who truly wins. Discover Michael Phelps and his real diet of 12,000 calories a day, where he devoured massive amounts of pasta and pizza just to maintain his energy. His body system processed food like a steam engine, turning every bite into a power relic to win real gold medals. It is eating what 5 people eat together and still having abs of steel in the real pool. Did you know that singer Dolly Parton wrote her 2 biggest real hits, Jolene and I Will Always Love You, on the same afternoon of inspiration? It was an explosive creativity system that left behind a double musical relic, proving that real talent does not need weeks of work. It is the most profitable and emotional writing marathon ever seen in the real world. Did you know that Angelina Jolie used to gift her partners real vials with drops of her own blood as commitment amulets? It was an extreme love system meant to create a real physical bond, turning a small necklace into a Gothic passion relic that left the real world speechless. It is the most intense and red way of saying I love you forever. Meet Max Scherzer, the real baseball pitcher, who has 1 blue eye and 1 brown eye due to a unique genetic condition. This visual system gives him a fierce look on the mound, turning his face into a natural design relic that intimidates any batter in the real world. He is the only real player who can say he sees the game in 2 different colors. Did you know that Justin Bieber has such an intense real phobia of spiders that he cannot enter a room if he thinks one might be there? His team must check every corner to ensure a bug-free system, treating his safety like a high-maintenance relic in real life. He is the real idol who trembles before a creature that fits on a fingernail. Discover Shohei Ohtani and his real habit of never leaving home without his own high-quality recovery equipment to sleep 12 hours. The athlete believes deep sleep is the secret system that allows him to throw pitches at about 99 miles per hour, treating bedtime like an invisible training relic. He is the real champion hitting home runs while others are still eating breakfast. Did you know that Eminem requires his hotel room to be in total real darkness with a white noise sound system in order to sleep? He cannot tolerate even a trace of external light, creating a void that becomes a visual silence relic so he can rest from a real life full of rhymes and stages. He is the real king of rap, searching for calm in the deepest shadow. Discover Lady Gaga and her real eccentricity of hiring a team of seamstresses to live with her during tours and fix any wardrobe disaster instantly. Her fashion system is so complex that every outfit is a design relic, needing constant care in the real world. It is having a personal haute couture workshop running 24 real hours just for her. Did you know that baseball player Ichiro Suzuki sent his real leather gloves every winter to a special factory for a luxury maintenance system? He treated his tool like a relic of his own body, making sure the material was always ready to catch any real ball. It is the highest level of care for the object that turned him into a batting samurai. Did you know that singer Katy Perry has the real eccentric habit of collecting locks of hair from other artists like Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus? She keeps these hair relics in her bag as a personal memory system, creating a biography of real encounters through small strands of color. It is the strangest and funniest habit a real pop star has ever confessed. Did you know that Angelina Jolie holds a real pilot license and prefers flying her own small private plane instead of traveling first class? The freedom system she feels in real air is her favorite escape relic, letting her see the real world from the clouds while controlling the aircraft herself. She is the real actress who masters the skies as powerfully as movie screens. Meet Randy Johnson, the real baseball pitcher who was so tall and threw so hard that he once accidentally disintegrated a bird mid-flight. His fastball system crossed paths with the unlucky animal during a real game, creating a shocking moment relic no one in the real world will ever forget. It is the most explosive accidental accuracy in sports history. Discover Pillow Fight Day, when thousands of real people gather in public squares to hit each other with feathers and cotton. It is a system of massive fun where every pillow strike becomes a relic of childhood joy, filling the real air with laughter and white clouds of stuffing. It is the only battle in the real world where the biggest risk is laughing too hard. Did you know that actor Bill Murray once walked into a real party of strangers, started washing everyone's dishes, and then left without saying a word? His surprise appearances are a real urban legend relic, proving he loves hacking real life with funny and humble gestures. He is the real star who prefers scrubbing pans over signing boring autographs. Meet Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the real world, who has a real phobia of snakes and cannot even look at pictures of them. Despite his incredible speed system that could outrun any real danger, he trembles at the sight of a reptile relic. Even lightning has its fears. Did you know that Justin Bieber once bought a real capuchin monkey named Mally and took it on tour but had to leave it at a German customs office? His exotic pet system caused a real problem, turning the small animal into a media controversy relic that traveled the real world. It is the cutest and most complicated whim a real teen idol has ever had. Did you know that actor Nicolas Cage owns a rare object straight out of a nightmare? A real shrunken head made by ancient tribes? He keeps this relic in his real home as a connection system to past rituals, claiming it gives him special energy for his wildest roles. It is owning the darkest souvenir imaginable as living room decor. Meet the corpse flower, a living organism so strange it blooms only once every 10 years and smells like real rotting flesh. This biological system attracts insects with its scent of death, turning each bloom into a botanical relic that draws thousands of curious visitors. It is the largest and smelliest flower you could ever encounter. Discover the strange invention of glasses for reading while lying down, a real prism system that lets you see your book while staring at the ceiling. It is a relic of extreme comfort designed for the laziest people in the real world, preventing neck strain while enjoying a real good read. It is the funniest visual technology for not moving a single muscle in bed. Did you know there is an alarm clock system with the smell of bacon, a strange invention that actually cooks a real strip of meat so the aroma wakes you up? Instead of an annoying sound, this morning kitchen relic seduces your nose in real life, making waking up the tastiest part of the day. It is every breakfast lover's dream brought to life by a mad engineer. Learn about the anecdote of Charlie Chaplin, who once entered a real Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest and finished in third place. The judging system failed to recognize the real artist, preferring performers who exaggerated his gestures, creating a relic of irony in real film history. It is the ultimate level of fame where the creator cannot beat his own copy in the real world. Discover the bleeding tree, a strange plant called the dragon tree that releases a real red resin when its bark is cut. Ancient people believed this liquid was real dragon blood with magical powers, turning the tree into a legendary relic that still grows in remote places of the real world. It is nature showing its most dramatic and colorful side. Meet the strange plant known as the dancing plant, a real organism whose leaves move on their own when they detect music or real vibrations. This sound response system looks like magic, but it is an evolutionary relic that helps the plant better seek light in the real jungle world. It is like having a green pet that dances to your favorite songs. Did you know that physicist Isaac Newton had the real eccentric habit of poking his own eye with a needle to study how his color vision changed? The scientist risked his real visual system to understand light, leaving behind a diary relic explaining his wild experiments in the real world of science. It is the most dangerous and brave curiosity a genius has ever shown. Have you heard of the strange plant called living stones? A real organism that perfectly camouflages itself among desert rocks to avoid being eaten? This visual defense system is a relic of extreme survival, fooling any real-world eye looking for something green to chew on. They are plants that look like minerals and only reveal their secret when they suddenly bloom. Did you know that inventor Thomas Edison created a system of real talking dolls that were so terrifying they completely failed in stores? This relic used a small metal phonograph inside the toy, but the shrill voice scared real-world children instead of entertaining them. It is the father of light accidentally creating the first horror toy in real history. Did you know there is a strange plant called doll's eye, whose white fruits have a real black dot that looks like an unblinking stare? This natural relic is highly toxic and seems to watch anyone walking through the real forest, using a frightening visual system to warn of its danger. It is the most unsettling and watchful plant you could encounter on a real hike. Have you heard of the strange invention known as the wooden swimsuit, a system of real wooden slats created in the 1920s to help people float? Although it was a relic of ingenuity, it was so uncomfortable and hard to move in that no one in the real world used it more than once. It is like trying to swim as a real log while attempting to stay stylish at the beach. Discover the oldest strange object made by humans in the real world, a bone flute more than 40,000 years old. This relic proves that the system of music has accompanied living beings since the very beginning, using a real flute to fill ancient caves with sound. It is the first entertainment technology we invented to brighten our real existence. Did you know science has created a time crystal, a real matter system that moves perpetually without using external energy? It is a relic of quantum physics that seems to break the laws of the real world, opening the door to computers that could function in ways we cannot even imagine today. It is the future of real technology being born inside a crystal laboratory. Look at the Ghost Army of the Second World War, which used real inflatable tanks to deceive the enemy. This distraction system was a relic of military ingenuity that saved thousands of real lives using nothing but air and powerful speakers. It is winning a real war through the magic of deception and a lot of giant balloons. Discover the strange invention of the pool table for boats, a system of real gyroscopes that keeps the surface level even when the sea is rough. It is a relic of luxury engineering designed so the balls do not move with the waves in the real world, allowing perfect play in the middle of the ocean. It is balanced technology applied to fun, so you never miss a shot because of seasickness. Did you know that genius Albert Einstein never learned how to drive a real car and preferred walking or riding a bicycle everywhere? He said his thinking system worked better when he moved under his own power, treating his bicycle relic as the best transportation in the real world. It is the brightest brain in real history that never learned how to reverse. Have you heard of the strange plant called snapdragon, which when its flowers die, they dry out and turn into tiny real skulls? This botanical relic looks like a decoration system for a horror movie in the real world. hanging from branches like small crystal craniums. It is nature showing its most gothic and surprising side at the end of its life cycle. Did you know there is a strange invention called the square wheel bicycle? A real engineering system that works perfectly on a track made of special curves? This geometric relic proves that the impossible becomes real when you apply the laws of physics creatively in the real world. It is the strangest and bounciest ride you could imagine on a transport system that defies logic. Discover the blood flower, a strange plant that grows directly from the ground and looks like a real open wound in the earth. This leafless growth system attracts flies with a strong scent, making it a relic of African forests that feels pulled from a dark magic story in the real world. It is the most unsettling beauty you could encounter on a real expedition. Meet the strange invention of the electric spaghetti fork, a system with a real motor that spins the prongs so you do not have to move your wrist. It is a relic of culinary laziness that became a cult object in the real world, perfect for those who want to enjoy pasta with zero effort. It is the loudest and funniest solution for an Italian dinner. Did you know there is a strange organism called the bleeding tooth fungus that releases a real red liquid that looks like strawberry jam or blood? This exudation system is a relic of damp forests that scares anyone who sees it for the first time in the real world, even though it is actually harmless. It is the most terrifying dessert nature has ever placed on a log. Learn the real story of the rubber manuscript, a book invented so sailors could read underwater or during real storms without the pages falling apart. It was a publishing relic that used a rubber system to protect the letters, allowing real culture to survive ocean humidity. It is the real rubbery ancestor of waterproof electronic books. Discover the science behind the Vactrin, a strange invention of real trains that would travel through vacuum tubes at more than 1,000 kilometers per hour without friction. It is a transportation system that feels like a relic from the future, promising to cross real countries in minutes using magnetic power. It is the real evolution of rail travel that would make us feel like we are riding inside a silver bullet. Did you know actor Tom Cruise once rented an entire real cruise ship so his film crew could live inside a safe bubble system during the pandemic? He spent a real fortune on this floating hotel relic to protect the work of hundreds of people in the real world. It is taking the idea of an office with a view to the most extreme and luxurious level of real cinema. Meet the strange plant known as Buddha's hand, a real citrus fruit that has yellow fingers instead of segments and looks like a praying hand. It is a fruit relic with no juice and no seeds, but its aroma system is so powerful it is used to perfume real rooms across the East. It is the most sacred and unusual fruit you could place in a real fruit bowl. Discover the strange object known as the Hope Diamond, a real blue relic said to carry a curse for anyone who owns it. Throughout real history, its owners have suffered incredible systems of bad luck, turning the stone into the most feared and fascinating jewel in the real world. It is crystal beauty that shines with a light as intense as it is dangerous. Did you know inventor Alexander Graham Bell wanted people to answer the real telephone by saying ahoy instead of hello? The nautical greeting system was his favorite relic, but Thomas Edison pushed hello into the real world and changed communication forever. We were very close to sounding like pirates every time we answered a real call. The strange plant called Welwitschia is a real organism that can live more than 2,000 years with only 2 leaves that never stop growing. This desert life system is a relic of endurance, surviving real heat with a structure that looks like green debris, but is pure living magic. It is the toughest living fossil in the real world. Meet the pitcher plant, a real organism that has developed a hunting system so perfect it tricks insects into slipping into its liquid-filled interior. This natural relic digests its prey to gain energy in the real world, turning its body into an elegant cup-shaped death trap. It is the smartest carnivorous plant you could encounter in a real jungle. Discover the strange invention of the amphibious bicycle, a system with real flotation wheels designed in the 1930s to pedal on both land and water. Although it was a relic of creative engineering, it was so heavy that almost no one in the real world managed to cross a river without sinking in laughter. It is the dream of being a sailor and cyclist at the same time made real. Have you heard of the strange plant called passion flower, which has a system of real filaments that look like the cables of a cosmic antenna? This botanical relic is so complex that ancient people saw religious symbols in it, while in the real world it stands out for its alien beauty and electric colors. It is the flower that looks like it was designed by a real science fiction artist. Discover the strange object known as Tutankhamun's dagger, a real relic forged from metal taken from a fallen meteorite. Ancient Egyptians used a space forging system thousands of years before understanding outer space, creating a blade that does not rust in the real world. It is owning a sharpened piece of a star as the most dangerous jewel in real history. Did you know there was a strange invention called the radio hat, a real helmet system from the 1940s with a giant antenna that let you listen to music while walking? It was the ancestor relic of modern headphones, allowing real humans to carry sound on their heads in the real world. It is looking like a real alien just to avoid missing the daily news. Did you know George Lucas was so convinced his movie Star Wars would be a real failure that he went on vacation to Hawaii to avoid the premiere? While relaxing on the beach, he discovered that his system of ships and robots had become the most successful cinema relic of its time. It is the director who ran from real success out of fear of losing. Discover the strange plant called the red cage fungus, a real organism that grows as a perfect geometric net and smells like rotten meat. This structural system looks like a modern art relic emerging from the ground in the real world, using its odor to attract flies. It is nature's soccer ball that no one would ever want to kick. Did you know inventor Benjamin Franklin spent real hours sitting naked in front of his window, calling this practice his air baths? He believed this freshness system was a health relic for his body in the real world, ignoring the looks of neighbors walking down his real street. It is the father of electricity searching for real energy in the most natural way possible. Have you heard of the strange object known as the Lycurgus cup, a real Roman relic that changes color from green to red depending on how light passes through it? Craftsmen used a system of tiny gold particles without knowing they were performing advanced real science for their time. It is the first example of real visual magic trapped in glass from thousands of years ago. Discover the strange plant known as the cobra lily, a real organism that looks like a snake ready to strike with a forked tongue. This leaf system traps insects in a maze of light they cannot escape from in the real world, becoming a relic of extreme survival. It is the plant that pretends to be a real reptile just to get dinner. Learn the anecdote of Alfred Hitchcock, who loved playing heavy pranks on his real film sets, such as giving someone 400 live turkeys just to see their reaction. The director used this dark humor system as a relic of his personality in the real world, turning his actors' lives into a constant suspense movie. He was the true master of fear, laughing at everyone with a touch of feathers. Discover the science of aerogel, a real material invented by accident that is 99% air and can hold a brick above a flower without crushing it. It is a relic of modern chemistry that looks like frozen smoke in the real world, acting as the most powerful insulation system on the planet. It is like touching a real cloud that can resist direct fire without burning. Did you know there is a strange plant called the flying duck orchid that evolved to look exactly like a small, real wooden duck? This visual system attracts insects so they pollinate it in the real world, making it a relic of natural mimicry that amazes everyone in Australian forests. It is the most charming and adventurous flower you could see in real nature. Meet the strange invention of the dimple-making machine, a system of real springs from the 1930s that pressed against the cheeks to create beauty marks. It was a relic of painful fashion that promised to change the real face through constant pressure. Although in the real world it only caused bruises, It is the wildest sacrifice ever made for a perfect smile system in the past. Meet the ghost plant, a real organism with no chlorophyll that is completely white, looking like a glass relic in the middle of the forest. This life system does not need sunlight, preferring to feed on underground fungi in the real world of shadows. It is the palest and most mysterious plant you could find, glowing like a real specter among dry leaves. Discover the strange invention of dog goggles, a real protection system designed for pets that love sticking their heads out of car windows. This canine fashion relic prevents wind and insects from damaging their eyes in the real world, turning an ordinary ride into a biker-style parade. It is seeing your best friend with a real pilot look while enjoying the breeze. Did you know that in real medical history, a system of coffin alarms with a bell was invented for people who feared being buried alive? This funerary ingenuity relic allowed someone who woke up underground in the real world to pull a string and alert the surface. It was the first real emergency system for those who were not as dead as they seem. Did you know there is a strange organism called the dream fungus that grows in a perfect circular shape and looks like a seating system for fairies? This natural relic creates the famous fairy rings in the real world, circles of mushrooms that appear overnight after rain. It is the most magical and geometric design the real Earth can create on its own. Meet the strange invention of shoe umbrellas, a system of real mini domes that attach to your feet to keep leather dry. Although it is a curious relic of Japanese fashion, walking with them in the real world is a challenge to balance and dignity. It is the funniest solution for keeping your socks dry while jumping over real puddles. Did you know Harrison Ford worked as a real carpenter before becoming famous and built a furniture system for film directors? That relic of manual labor allowed him to meet the right people in the real world of Hollywood, moving from wood to spaceships. It is the real action hero who knows how to use a hammer both on screen and in the workshop. Did you know science has created a water-activated glue, a real system that becomes incredibly strong only when it gets wet? This modern chemistry relic imitates how muscles stick to rocks in the real world, allowing repairs to boats or even wounds underwater. It is the most rebellious adhesive in the real world because it hates being dry. Meet the strange plant called the jade vine, which has real blue-green flowers that look like artificial neon. It is a relic of the jungles of the Philippines with a pollination system that depends entirely on bats in the real world. It is like seeing an electric jewel hanging from trees, glowing under the real moonlight. Discover the strange plant known as the nature golf ball, a real cactus that is perfectly round and white. This cross-spine system protects the plant from harsh sunlight in the real world, looking like a lost sports relic in the middle of the Mexican desert. It is the cutest and most geometric cactus you could unsuccessfully try to put into a real hole. Did you know there is a strange invention called the sleeping bicycle, a real transportation system that lets you pedal while lying on your back? It is a relic of ergonomic design for those who want to travel the real world with maximum comfort, even if watching traffic becomes a bit harder. It is the most relaxed way to exercise while watching clouds pass by. Meet the strange object known as the Phaistos disc, a real clay relic engraved with symbols that no one has been able to translate for thousands of years. It is an ancient writing system that remains the greatest real-world puzzle for historians. It is the oldest secret message in real history, waiting for someone to figure it out. Discover the science of the whitest paint in the world, a real system capable of reflecting 98% of sunlight and cooling buildings. It is a nanotechnology relic that helps fight heat in the real world without using electricity, working like natural air conditioning. It is painting your real house with a color so bright you almost need sunglasses to look at it. Did you know actor Johnny Depp owns a very special strange object, the real suit from Edward Scissorhands kept inside a glass display case? He considers this relic the true beginning of his career in the real world, caring for the leather and blades as if they were part of his own body. It is owning the sharpest and most melancholic memory of real cinema at home. The strange plant called the dynamite tree has a reproduction system that launches its seeds at 155 miles per hour with a real explosion. Its fruits burst like a relic of natural fireworks, firing projectiles across the real jungle to ensure survival. It is the loudest and most dangerous plant that prefers exploding over simply dropping its fruit. Did you know actor Nicolas Cage once bought a strange object worthy of a movie? A real island in the Bahamas with its own private lagoon system. He wanted a refuge away from real-world noise, turning this land into a relic of his fortune before having to sell it due to money problems. It is the dream of being king of your own real paradise with a single signature. Discover the strange invention of onion goggles, a real protection system with foam seals that keeps gas away from your eyes. It is a kitchen relic designed so chopping onions does not become a tear-filled biography in the real world, allowing the cook to keep clear vision. It is the funniest and most effective way to face the most aggressive vegetable in the pantry. Did you know that in real history, King Frederick William I of Prussia had the eccentric habit of collecting a strange object, real soldiers taller than 5 feet 11 inches. This army system was a relic of his obsession with height, going as far as kidnapping tall men from across the real world for his personal guard. It was a royal parade of giants who never fought but looked intimidating. Discover the strange object known as Newton's tooth, a real relic of Sir Isaac Newton that was sold at auction for thousands of dollars. The buyer turned it into jewelry set in a ring, treating the bone as a system of connection to the genius of gravity in the real world. It is wearing a real piece of the brightest mind in history on your finger. Did you know science has created a total darkness paint? A real system known as Vanta Black that absorbs almost all light it receives. A relic coated with this material looks like a black hole in the real world, making any object lose its visible dimensions. It is like staring into a real void cut out of reality. Did you know the idol Luis Miguel has the real eccentric habit of traveling with his own silk sheets in a bottled water system from a specific brand that only comes from Fiji? The son of Mexico treats his rest as a sacred relic in the real world, demanding his hotel room stay at exactly 73 degrees Fahrenheit to protect his voice. Meet boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez and his favorite strange object, a collection of purebred horses he treats as part of his real team. The Mexican champion spends fortunes caring for them, giving them a luxury life system on his ranch where they even listen to relaxing music. It is the ring warrior who finds his real peace relic riding under the sun of Jalisco. Discover why Dominican baseball player Fernando Tatis Jr. wears real sunglasses with lenses coated in 24-karat gold during games. This visual system is not just about style, it works as a confidence relic that makes him feel unstoppable in the real world of the diamond. It is the real player who literally shines while hitting home runs that seem from another planet. The writer Hunter S. Thompson requested that his ashes be fired from a giant cannon shaped like a two-thumb fist. His friend Johnny Depp financed the $3 million ceremony, fulfilling the author's last and extravagant wish. Esquimalt is known as Mexican caviar and consists of ant larvae extracted from the roots of the agave plant. They have a buttery texture and a nutty flavor and are a pre-Hispanic dish now served in the finest haute cuisine restaurants. The Rohank manuscript is a mysterious book that appeared in Hungary and that no one has been able to read or translate. Unlike the famous Voynich manuscript, it contains symbols from various religions mixed together, suggesting that it could be a secret code. There is a rare phobia known as chromatophobia, which is the fear of money. This phobia can manifest as a fear of touching banknotes and coins, or an irrational fear of wealth or poverty. The Plymouth Superbird was designed with a rear wing so high that it allowed the trunk to be opened without hitting the piece. It was created for NASCAR racing, and its aerodynamics were so advanced that it was quickly banned for being too fast and dangerous. Canada maintains a strategic reserve of maple syrup to stabilize global prices for this sweet product. In 2012, the Great Maple Syrup Heist occurred, in which thieves stole about 6,600,000 pounds of the product. In San Marino, there are more registered vehicles than people living in the country due to its status as a tax haven. This tiny nation is the oldest republic in the world and has maintained its independence despite being completely surrounded by Italian territory. Bird's nest soup is an extremely expensive Chinese dish made literally from the hardened saliva of swiftlets. The nests are collected from caves and dissolved in water, creating a gelatinous texture believed to have medicinal and aphrodisiac properties. The L'Oeuf électrique was an egg-shaped electric vehicle designed in 1942 during the Nazi occupation of France. Made of aluminum and plexiglass, it was extremely lightweight and was an artist's response to the wartime fuel shortage. The Palo de Mayo in Nicaragua is an extremely sensual and rhythmic dance that celebrates fertility and the arrival of rain. It is danced around a tree adorned with colorful ribbons, fusing African traditions with European influence in the Caribbean. Sourdough bread was very popular during the California Gold Rush of 1849. Miners often carried their starter in a pouch close to their bodies to keep the dough warm. The Dancing Plague incident of 1518 saw hundreds of people in Strasbourg dance non-stop for days. Many died of exhaustion or heart attacks, and to this day it remains unknown whether it was mass hysteria or ergot poisoning. Cotard's syndrome is a mental disorder in which the patient believes they are dead, do not exist, or that their organs are missing. Some sufferers even claim to smell rotten meat on their own bodies, requiring intensive therapy to reconnect with reality. The platypus is one of the few mammals that lays eggs and also possesses a venomous spur on its hind legs. It also has the ability to detect the electric fields of its prey underwater using special sensors located on its duck-like bill. The Ryugyong Hotel in North Korea is a 105-story pyramid-shaped skyscraper that stood empty for decades. Known as the Hotel of Doom, its construction was halted due to lack of funds, and for a long time, it was the tallest empty structure in the world. The Dybbuk box is a wine cabinet that supposedly contains an evil spirit from Jewish mythology. It went viral after a series of eBay auctions where owners reported horrific nightmares and poltergeist phenomena in their homes. The Vatican is the only country in the world with ATMs that display instructions entirely in Latin. This curious fact reflects the preservation of the sacred language in the world's smallest state, where Swiss guards protect the Pope and the official currency is the euro, despite not being a member of the European Union. In India, the Karni Mata temple is home to more than 25,000 black rats that are venerated and fed milk by monks and visitors who travel from afar. The rats are believed to be the reincarnations of the children of the deity Karni Mata, and seeing a white rat in the crowd is considered a rare and supreme blessing of good fortune. Diogenes of Sinope was a Greek philosopher who lived inside a large clay barrel and despised all the material comforts of the civilization of his time. He is said to have walked around with a lamp in broad daylight, looking for an honest man, and even asked Alexander the Great to step aside so as not to block the sunlight he was enjoying. The Shilin stone forest in China consists of limestone formations that resemble giant petrified trees created by erosion over 220 million years. Local legends say the forest is the birthplace of Ashima, a beautiful maiden who was turned to stone after being forbidden to marry the man she loved. The Panther 6 was a six-wheeled convertible manufactured in 1977 that was inspired by Formula One cars of the time and could reach the speeds of 199 miles per hour. It had an onboard telephone and an integrated television, extreme luxuries for the 1970s. But only 2 units were produced due to its exorbitant price. Salvador Dali used to walk the streets of Paris with an anteater on a leash, claiming that common animals were too boring for a genius of his artistic caliber. He also demanded to be paid with drawings on the back of his checks, knowing that restaurant owners would never cash them in order to keep the artwork. And that is all. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more content from Zarpado